pick when it comes to the support role because very real chance that Wraith could just be jumping on the support Ornn. So we're waiting here just for top lane.
Not quite a bouncy castle, but I mean the CC chaining potential here for KT is through the roof.
And Smeb has been loving the Maokai as well. Famous Twitter clip they put up of his just elation after winning the telecom war on that Maokai pick. And it means that they have just the most insane Wombo CC going on. It's not quite Galio, but something has to hit Achilles.
I mean, Maokai ultimate into Fate's Call, Alistar into Pulverize, into Nethergrasp, into Counter-Strike means that nobody does anything. But here we go, throwback to the classic counter. Trundle up into the top lane here for Soan into the Maokai. Just try to nullify any of that tankiness in the team fights.
It'll definitely be a top lane Trundle because Trundle versus Maokai is one of these classic matchups. Because we're going back to 2016 or 2017. Ravenous Hydra into trying to ignore the base damages on the Maokai and split push down inhibitors wherever possible. So KT will have to make their teleports count. They have so much initiation, including a suppression, that your first instinct is they're probably going to be able to make the initiations count. They have just so much damn initiation going on there, but there's no guarantees. And Jin Air are playing a very different game to KT. I mentioned Ornn ult's largely going to be used for disengage while they try to play 4-1, while they try to poke around with the Talia. Jin Air definitely using sleight of hand with things like globals and an immense split pusher to distract KT from their ultimate goal. But if KT starts cementing objectives, going for the macro play, putting down the control ward line and advancing it, Jin Air will have very little options. Trundle, if the team is actually doing well across the map, can win you a game, but from behind, you can't split push in a vacuum, in a dark map with no vision.
Well, we were talking about it before the games got started, Papa Smithy, Soan, potentially one of the most improved players that we've had so far this season in the LCK, now going up against Smeb. You're touting him as the best top laner in the world.
Definitely one of them.
This is going to be a very big test for Soan to see just how far he has come from his previous self. Let's go ahead, load up for game number 1. KT versus Jin. Action against Smeb, who's been denied a ton of CS so far. 18-3 as the wave crashes in.
They're ratcheting it up.
He's going to go ahead and start pushing back. Might have to pop the flash. He's going to try to get back in underneath the turret. Flashes in. MT goes forward. So much damage, and he will just be taken down. Wonderfully played by Jin Air, and that's first blood going over to Soan.
That's a really nice rotation from Jin Air as well, the sort of thing that requires pre-planning. It's on point, the jungle clear.
He's going to need some support from Score up into that top side, and the sooner the better. And try to accelerate that tanky build. For now, Score will be paying a visit down towards the bottom side of the map. Waiting in the brush, has not been spotted yet.
Bit of patience, but MATA flash any moment.
Oh,
Here we go.
Yeah, Flash Pulverize comes through into the Counter-Strike, and Teddy just disappears. MATA finds the kill, and now it's all on Wraith to try to get out of here. Gets the pop-up, flashes away. Seems like he will be able to exit with his life, but beautifully done. Really good patience from KT, and they nearly get Wraith at the end.
And that's the reason why MATA is still so respected, because in an instant, there's never any second guessing. He knows when to engage. The CC laying was beautiful. Nothing Teddy could do.
Yep.
Was able to use his heal. I'm surprised about that.
In the meantime,
giving them the direst treatment here.
Yeah, has that little kitten thrown down for a ward, but Smeb, yeah, nothing really he can do. No flash available. Going to try to hand this one over to Grace, it would seem. But actually is going to be empty in the end, taking it away as Soan takes up the turret. So second kill over to Jin Air as they give him the direst treatment, as you said, 0-2-0. See some aggression here onto Wraith in the bottom lane. I mean, he's just stacking up, and Deft is going to run him out. So he will go down. Didn't have the flash. It's the last gank, so could not get himself out to safety.
And good news stories to counteract the bad news stories in topside. The ganks are being paid off in both lanes. And the lane and bot lane does really facilitate team fighting. The lane and top side facilitates split pushing, which gets harder as you keep split pushing objectives, split pushing an inner turret 8 minutes in, only around the time the second blue buff spawned. It's insanely early as mid lane.
Counter-Strike, that's going to be the stun up there onto Grace. He's going to go golden, does have the flash available, but you can see they're already trying to cut him off a little bit. Gets a shove back onto one, Malefic Vision's coming through, jukes out onto the silence, he walks away with 1 HP! Are you kidding me? Great! Dunking down on the pawn should be enough to take that out. As Wraith's going to get found in the river. Score wrapping around the backside. And here comes the CC train. He's going to go ahead, flash away, try to get himself away from this Jax. But now with Jeff joining in the mix, they will have to run for the slow. They'll have to run for the execute. He'll get booted back over the wall. And Pawn will go ahead and kill steal the whole damn thing. Now Teddy in a bad spot, starts charging down the lane. But he knows that he's pretty much donezo here as he tries to get out. Flashes away into the stopwatch there for the headbutt pulverize, but Nether Grasp is waiting for him as well as a counter strike. So you tried, Teddy. You probably should have just saved the flash. He goes down 4-3 as KT take the lead in kills.
There's no outplay there, but in the mid lane we get the answer. Turret is very, very low. Smeb gonna try and delay it for one minion wave. Maybe able to do so, but
MATA was feeling feisty there. Off the Righteous Glory to try to get in range of Umti, but not going to be able to find it. In the meantime, just a little bit of scuffling here coming through. Depth going to go gold in right as that Call of the Forge God comes through, so he's not going to get popped up now. Ultimate thrown down by the Maokai, so on. Up in the front line, just trying to get rid of Smeb. And now MATA's going to be turned up with the Fate's Call as there. Smeb all on his lonesome will get Pop Blast auto attack there over the wall. Then he comes through and they take him down, but that's going to be Grace going down in the fight as well. So far, a 2-for-1 in advantage of Jin Air as they keep pushing down the mid lane. Will they peel back and go for the Baron? Try to get the turret. Seems like it's going to be the former.
In this game at all by Grace. And that's what we're looking for, is might see a fight.
Smeb's getting chunked at low there. All the Forge God comes through, gets the pop-up onto Deft and MATA. Deft down to about half HP. He's going to get popped. The Guardian Angel comes through. MATA goes golden to try to stay alive in the fight. Fate's Call, do believe, is still available. And Deft is actually going to go ahead, trades one back, finds the kill in onto Umti, but Grace goes in and immediately kills off the Kalista. Teddy getting jumped on, headbutt back into the thick of the fight. Will get taken down by Score, who stays alive, leap striking over to Pawn to keep himself alive as he retreats back towards the base. Jin Air going to be coming out on top of this one so far with a 2-for-2 as they try to look for more, but they're turning it around. The Malefic Visions just go through and Grace will get taken down, but not before he can claim the life of MATA. So all said and done, 3-3 on either side, a bit of a slobber knocker. No one really walking away with much. Have vision control over the area at the moment, but now MATA, he's going to be looking for another play, this time on a Grace, headbutts him in, he's going to get locked down, he gets annihilated. Depth walks away with the kill. That is the pick that you were talking about, the sole pick without losing anybody on the side of KT.
Guess what it means.
And that is going to be them starting up the Baron, and really not much you can do if you're Jin Air. Try to poke over the wall, perhaps Umti could try to go for the steal, but would likely be suicide, but might be losing his life anyway as around the backside, Smeb comes in, throws down the ultimate. Let's get the root there onto Wraith, but he's going to flash over the wall, and KT have been dragged off the Baron for this.
Yeah, they were fully invested on the turn. It seemed like Smeb could just goal keep and they could just burst it down. They have the Ren secure, but the clear call was turn. They wanted no chance of a steal.
Maybe look for the dive. There
Means
we go.
a lot.
Goes in with a headbutt pulverize, finds Grace, who goes down pretty low. The Fate's Call comes out, Call the Forge God, does get the pop-up in. Massive knockup from Wraith, but it's going to be Jin Air who's still losing members, so on, getting burned down. Will get the kill in on the Depth, but he pays for that one with his life. 3 members dead on the side of Jin Air just for the Kalista. KT will go ahead, knock down this inhib turret, knock down the inhibitor in all likelihood, and there's nothing really that Wraith and Umti can do as they just stare on and watch the base crumble.
But with Depth going down, it means they don't have enough ranged auto attackers to end the game, so there will not be the game ending here, and MATA's definitely walking out for one.
Yep, everyone will just go ahead and peel back Grace.
Those 2 Demolish procs did literally 80% of the turret health. That's what happens when you have Warmogs and there's health scaling on Demolish.
Fine. Well, the Weaver's Wall there from Grace not really going to do much except box KT into the base that they want to be in, so thanks, I guess, as they are just kind of welcomed through the door. Now in onto the final turrets. Just the 2 blocking them from the Nexus. The super creeps are coming in on all sides.
Oh, baby!
Coming down, that's going to be the jump in. Grace manages to flash away, keep himself safe, and actually they're trying to trade this one back in onto Smeb, who goes very low here with the Maokai. So far, still going to be alive. Will get popped right at the end, it looks like there, yeah, as Umti finds the kill, but that is going to be traded for Teddy, as Deft is still alive, is still firing away, and is knocking down these final turrets. Nexus going to be standing, 3 members left on the side of Jin Air, but there's nothing really that they can do by the look of it, and there you go, the final hits go through onto the Nexus, 14-11 at the end. The action certainly did vamp up as the game went on. Started off pretty strong, then a very long dry spell, but the last 10 minutes or so there, non-stop, going for the pushes, and KT come out on top.
It was definitely a thinking man's victory for KT Rolster. After top lane was so desperately behind, you thought, would they capitulate? Maybe KT Rolster of spring 2017 would have found it hard to get back into this game, but we said, what does shot calling from behind look like? It was reliable. They very much rebounded. They bought Smeb some time to be a teleport threat. They got to the late game stage, losing the minimum, which against a Fed Trundle represented